ኦኬ ወዲ ተማሪዎች እንኳን ወደ አሊይ ሳይንስ ዩቲዩብ ቻናል በሰላም መጣችሁ። ዛሬ አዲሱ ከርኩለም ላይ የ11ኛ ክፍል ግብርና ትምህርት ላይ ከምዕራፍ 1 100 የፈተና ጥያቄዎች ከና መልሳቸው ይዤ ቀርብ በአማሪክ ቱቶሪያል ይዤ ቀርባለሁ። So our today's tutorial is on new curriculum agriculture grade 11 unit 1 100 exam question with answer tutorial in Amharic. ስለዚህ ማርሳት የሆነ don't forget also ማርሳት የሌለባችሁ ነገር ምንድነው ይሄን ቪዲዮ የምታዩበት ጊዜ VPN ማክፈት እንዳትረሱ። እንደዛውም VPN ከፍታችሁ ካያችሁ ኳሊቲ ያለው በደንብ የሚጥርት ተብሎ የሚታይ ቪዲዮ ታገኛላችሁ ማለት ነው። እንደዛውም ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ ማድረግ እንዳትረሱ። ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ አሊይ ሳይንስ ዩቲዩብ ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ እኔ የለቀቁት ነገር ቶሎ እናንተ ጋር እንደሚደርስ አድርጉ። ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ ካደረጋችሁ እኔ የለቀቁት ነገር ሁሉ ቶሎ እናንተ ጋር ስለሚደርስ ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ ቶሎ እኔ የሚለቁትን ቱቶሪያል እንድታገኙ በአክብሮት ይጠይቃችኋለሁ። So let us start our tutorial on unit 1 100 exam question with answer tutorial in Amharic. Question number 1, which one of the following involves deliberate cultivation of crops and rearing animals? ከሚከተሉት ግብርናና እርሻና ከብቶችን ማርባት ኢንቮልቭ የሚያደርግ የቱ ነው ይላል። So that should be agriculture. Agriculture involves deliberate cultivation of crops and rearing animals. Question number 2, which of the following farming practice involves abandoning land after a few years of use? ስለዚህ ከመከተሉት ከግብርና ፕራክቲስ አንዱ ወይ ደግሞ ከእርሻ መካከል አንዱ ከተወሰኑ አመታት በኋላ ያመሬቱን ለቀን የምንሄደው የቱ ነው ይላል። So that should be a shifting cultivation. Means that shifting cultivation requires clearing vegetation using a land for a few years and then moving it for a new or another area. Question number 3, why hunter-gatherer society continue to exist in regions despite agricultural prevalence? አዳኞች ሶሳይቲ የምንላቸው ለማገኘት በአሁኑ ጊዜ ለምን ኤግዚስት ያደርጋሉ? agricultural prevalence region ምን ሲሆን ነው ይላል። So that should be C, land and climate are unsuitable for farming. ስለዚህ መሬቱና ክላይሜቱ ለእርሻ suitable ካልሆነ hunter gatherer exist ወይ ደግሞ ማኖር ይቀጥላሉ ማለት ነው። means that ይኖራሉ ማለት ነው። hunter gatherer lifestyle persist in area where conditions do not favor agriculture such as desert or the Arctic. Question number 4, what distinguishes subsistence farming from other forms of farming? ስለዚህ subsistence farming ወይ ደግሞ ከእጅ ወደ አፍ የሚባለው ግብርና ከሌሎች ግብርና ለየት የሚያደርገው ነገር ምንድን ነው ይላል። So that should be a production is for personal use. ስለዚህ subsistence farming የምንለው ሰው ልጅ ያ ግብርና የሚያካሂደው ለራሱ ጥቅም ብቻ ወይ ደግሞ ለምግብ ብቻ ለማዋል ነው ማለት ነው። Subsistence farming aims to produce sufficient crops and livestock for a farmer's household without surplus or trade. Question number 5, which farming practice involves using yield enhancing resource? ከሚከተሉት የግብርና ፕራክቲስ ውስጥ yield enhancing resource የሚጠቀም የቱ ነው ይላል። So the answer should be a settled agriculture ነው ማለት ነው። የተረጋጋ ግብርና ነው ማለት ነው። Settled agriculture involves continuous use of land with practice like using manure and fertilizer to improve or to enhance crop yield. Question number 6, in which environments do hunter-gatherer society still exist? በአሁኑ ጊዜ አዳኞች የሚገኙ environment ከሚከተሉት የቱ ነው ይላል። So that should be C, Arctic and tropical rainforest. The hunter-gatherer society still exists in environment like desert and Arctic and also tropical rainforest where agriculture is not favored or suitable. Question number 7, what distinguishes settled agriculture from shifting agriculture? የተረጋጋ ግብርና የሚቀያየር ግብርና ለየት የሚያደርገው ነገር ምንድነው ይላል። So that should be D, continuous use of the same plot of land. ስለዚህ የተረጋጋ ማፈስ የተረጋጋ ግብርና ማለት አንድ መሬት ወደ ሌላ ሳይዱ ለተከታታይ ለረጅም ዓመት ወይ ደግሞ ሳይድ ማጠቀም ማለት ነው። Settled agriculture is characterized by continuous use of the same plot of land, unlike temporary nature of shifting cultivation. Question number 8. How does shifting cultivation differ from settled agriculture? ስለዚህ የሚቀያየር ግብርና ደግሞ ከተረጋጋ ግብርና ለየት የሚያደርገው ምንድነው ይላል? እንዴት ይለያል ይላል? So the answer should be C. It involves moving a new land after a few years. Means that shifting cultivation involves clearing and using land for short period before moving or abandoning it, which is different from continuous cultivation in settled agriculture. ስለዚህ የሚቀያየር ግብርና ከተረጋጋ ለየት የሚያደርገው የሚቀያየረው ከየጊዜው በየጊዜው ይቀያየራል ማለት ነው። አንድ መሬት ከተጠቀሙ በኋላ ለቆ ወደ ሌላ ይሄዳሉ። ሺፍቲንግ ማለት እንደዛ ነው። የተረጋጋ ማለት አንድ መሬት ለቀጣይነት ለብዙ አመታት የሚጠቀሙ settled agriculture ይባላል ማለት ነው። Question number 9. Question number 9. Which farming practice involves continuous use of land using yield enhancing resource? ከሚከተሉት የግብርና መካከል አንድ መሬትን ለቀጣይነት ሳውቃረት ሄንሲንግ yield enhancing resourceን በመጠቀም የሚጠቀሙ ግብርና አይነት የቱ ነው ይላል? So that should be D. Settled agriculture. Settled agriculture involves continuous use of land with practice like using manure and fertilizer to improve crop yield. Question number 10. What is the main goal of subsistence farming? ዋንኛው ከእጅ ወደ አፍ ግብርና የሚባለው ዋንኛው ዓላማ ምንድነው ይላል? So that should be D. To produce for household use. Means that subsistence farming focus on producing enough food and livestock for household use or personal consumption without surplus or trade. Question number 11. Which practice is described as being more advanced than traditional shifting cultivation? ስለዚህ ከሚከተሉት ፕራክቲስ ውስጥ ከትራዲሽናል shifting cultivation more advanced የሆነው የቱ ነው ይላል? So that should be B. Settled agriculture. Means that settled agriculture involves continuous use of land, which in yield enhancing technique make it more advanced than shifting cultivation. Question number 12. What developments occurred before agriculture became major means of survival? ስለዚህ agriculture ለምግብ ለተለያዩ ጥቅም ከመነጠቀማቸው በፊት የነበረው ዴቨሎፕመንት የቱ ነው ይላል? So that should be B. Domestication of land for food production. ስለዚህ ግብርና ከመጀመራቸው ህብረተሰቡ ግብርና ከመጀመሩ በፊት ከብቶችን በማርባት ለምግብ ሳውሉ ነበሩ ማለት ነው። Before widespread of practice of agriculture, people began domesticating animals primarily for production, which was a precursor to crop cultivation. Question number 13. What is a common practice in settled agriculture to enhance crop yields? ስለዚህ ሴትልድ የተረጋጋ ግብርና ምርቱን ለመጨመር የሚጠቀመው ወይ ደግሞ የሚያደርገው ፕራክቲስ ምን ይባላል ይላል? So that should be C. Using fertilizer and constructing soil bands. Means that in settled agriculture, farmers employ techniques like using fertilizer and constructing soil bands to enhance crop yield and manage resource efficiently. Question number 14. How does early society detoxify toxic legumes using detoxification method? ድሮ የነበሩ ህብረተሰብ ቶክሲክ የሆኑ ሌጉሞችን እንዴት ዲቶክሲፋይ በማድረግ ተጠቀሙ ነበር ይላል? So that should be B. Detoxification was based on trial and error. The early society detoxified toxic legumes using skill developed through trial and error. Question number 15. Which statement suggests that hunter-gatherer had to be insightful for survival? ስለዚህ ከሚከተሉት ሐሳቦች አዳኞች ለማኖር የሚያደርጉ insightful የሆነው የቱ ነው ላል? So that should be C. They used extracted poison from legumes than arrowheads. Means that using poison extracted from legumes for hunting suggests that hunter-gatherer need insight for survival. Question number 16. Which food sources were particularly important among hunter-gatherer in tropics? ከሚከተሉት የምግብ ምንጭ ነው ለአዳኞች ትሮፒክስ ውስጥ ሲጠቀሙ የነበረው የቱ ነው ላል? So the answer should be C. Root crops like wild onions and white onions and sweet potatoes. Means that food resource that important among hunter-gatherers are root crops such as wild onions and sweet potatoes were widely used as food in tropic regions. Question number 17. What features or criteria hunter-gatherer used to select plant for domestication? ስለዚህ hunter-gatherer ወይ ደግሞ አዳኞች እጽዋቶችን በመምረጥ ወደ ዶሜስቲኬት ለማድረግ ወይ ደግሞ ወደ አካባቢ ወስዶ ለማጠቀም ሲጠቀሙ የነበረው ክራይቴሪያ የትኞቹ ናቸው ይላል? So that should be A. That are easy to harvest, availability and seasonal predictability are the criteria. The criteria that hunter-gatherers used in select plant for domestication are easy to harvest, widely available and predictability were the features considered by hunter-gatherers. Question number 18. What role might religion have played in early agricultural society? ድሮ ከነበረው ግብርና ውስጥ የሪሊጅን ሚና ምን ነበር? ሪሊጅን እንዴት ሚና ምን ሲጫወት የነበረው ምንድነው ላል? So that should be D. Religions influenced certain species selection. Means that the religions could have influenced agricultural as specific plants and animals were kept for religious practice. Question number 19. What method did hunter-gatherers use to make toxic legumes edible? አዳኞች ቶክሲክ የሆኑ ሌጉሞችን ለምግብ ለማዋል ሲጠቀሙ የነበረው ሜቶድ ምን ይባላል? So that should be C. Detoxifying through trial and error. The hunter-gatherers used trial and error to detoxify legumes, implying a process of experimentation to make them safe to eat. Question number 20. Which of the following is a characteristics of plants chosen by hunter-gatherers for domestication? ከሚከተሉት የእጽዋቶች ባህሪ hunter-gatherer ወይ አዳኞች ሲጠቀሙ የነበረው ፊቸርስ ዶሜስቲኬት ለማድረግ የቱኛ ነው ይላል? So that should be B. Possessing climatic tolerance. ስለዚህ ክላይሜት ቶለራንስ የሚያደርጉ እጽዋቶችን ይመርጣሉ ማለት ነው። means that hunter-gatherers looked for plants with feature like climate tolerance when selecting them for domestication. 21. Which of the following was commonly used by hunter-gatherers as a source of oil? ከሚከተሉት በአብዛኛው ጊዜ በአዳኞች ለዘይት ምንጭ ሲጠቀሙ የነበረው ዘር የቱ ነው ይላል? So that should be C. Coconut. The hunter-gatherer used coconut as a source of oil along with oil palm and olive. ስለዚህ ኮኮናትን ኦይል ፓልም እና ኦሊቭ የሚባሉ ወይ ደግሞ ወይራ የሚባሉትን ለዘይት ምንጭ ሲጠቀሙ ነበሩ ማለት ነው። Question number 22. Why might hunter-gatherers have kept certain animals and plants? ለምንድነው አዳኞች አንዳንድ እጽዋቶችና እንስሳቶችን አይነኩም ይጣብቃሉ? ለምንድነው ይላል? So that should be A. For religious practice. Means that the religious might have influenced which animal and the plants were kept by hunter-gatherers as they were used for religious practice. Question number 23. Which one of the following factors contribute to productivity of modern agriculture? ከሚከተሉት ፋክተሮች ሞደርን አግሪካልቸር አስተዋጽኦ የሚያደርጉ ሞር አጻጻ የሚያደርጉ የቶኖላል so that should be a efficient technology like biotechnology. Modern agriculture has seen as a significant increase in productivity due to the implementation of efficient technology such as machinery and biotechnology. Question number 24. Which factor of geographic location influence agricultural productivity? Geographic location ወይ ደግሞ የጂኦግራፊክ አቀማመጥ agricultural productivity ላይ ጉዳት ያለው ኢንፍሉዌንስ የሚያደርገው ፋክተር የትኛው ነው? So that should be the dynamic of altitude, rainfall and temperature have influence on agricultural productivity. Means that geographic factors such as altitude, temperature and rainfall significantly affect agricultural productivity by impacting growing condition. Question number 25. Why was the use of draft animals considered a significant technological change in agriculture? ስለዚህ ከድራፍት አኒማልስ በመጠቀም agriculture ማካሄዱ ቴክኖሎጂካል ቼንጅ agriculture ውስጥ ተብሎ ተወሰደ ይላል so that should be reduced manual labor for preparing the land ስለዚህ ይሄ አኒማል ድራፍት የምንለው ሰው በእጅ ከማቆፈሩ ወደ በሬው ማለፉ ሲሰው ጉልበት እንዲቀነስ አድርጓል ማለት ነው draft animals were initially used to perform labor intensive tasks reducing the manual work needed for land preparation and transport. Question number 26. Which statement reflects crop production status in Ethiopia? Ethiopia's crop production status reflect የሚያደርገው የትኛው ነው? So that should be C. Major crops include teff, wheat and maize. Means that Ethiopia crop production involves major crops such as teff, wheat and maize which focus on small holders form using around 20% of arable land. Question number 27. What has limited tangible evidence of improving for Ethiopian agriculture from 1961 to 2000? ስለዚህ የኢትዮጵያ ግብርና ውስጥ ሊሚትድ ታንጂብል ያጣው ወይ ደግሞ ተጨባጭ ኤቪደንስ ያጣው ከ1961 መሐል ላይ ያለው 1961 እስከ 2000 ያለው ዓመተ ምህረት ውስጥ ሊሚትድ የሆነው ኤቪደንስ ታንጂብል ኢምፕሩቭ አግሪካልቸር ውስጥ ሊሚትድ የሆነበት የትኖላል so that should be a productivity per unit area. While there was an increasing in cultivated area in Ethiopia from 1961 to 2000, there is a limited evidence of corresponding increase in productivity per unit area. Question number 28. Which of the following advancement is not part of modern agriculture? ከሚከተሉት አድቫንስመንቶች ከሞደርን አግሪካልቸር ፓርቲ ያልሆነው modern agricultural party ያልሆነው የትሆናል so that should be a use of fossil fuels. Modern agriculture practice include crop rotation, genetic improvement of plants and soil conservation but not use of fossil fuels. Question number 29. What is the key feature of agriculture during mechanical era? ስለዚህ key feature የምንለው agricultural mechanical era ውስጥ የትኛው ነው ይላል so that should answer should be A. The use of draft animals is a mechanical era which is a key feature. Means that during mechanical era agriculture involves the use of draft animals for labor exist before more advanced technology that is developed later. Question number 30. Which factor is not directly associated with crop yield? ከሚከተሉት ቀጥታ ከምርት ጋራ ከሰብል ምርት ጋራ የማይገናኘው የትኖላል so that should be the number of farmers. Means that factors such as plant genetics, environmental conditions and also agricultural practice directly influence crop yield unlike number of farmers. Question number 31. What percentage of Ethiopia arable land is currently cultivated? በፐርሰንት ስናው የኢትዮጵያ መሬት ለእርሻ የዋለው በአሁኑ ጊዜ ስንት ፐርሰንት ነው ይላል so that should be 20%. means that the percentage of Ethiopian arable land currently cultivated is approximately 20%, indicating a significant portion remain uncultivated. ይሄ ምንድነው የሚያሳየው? ሰፊ መሬት ለእርሻ እንዳልሆነ ነው ማለት ነው። Question number 32. Which crop is not among 5 major crops constituting 75% of Ethiopian cultivated area? ከሚከተሉት ሰብሎች ውስጥ አምስቱ ትላልቅ በኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ የሚመረቱ ሜጀር ክሮፕስ ያልሆነው የቱ ነው? So answer should be C, rice. The major crops in Ethiopia Ethiopia include teff, wheat, maize, sorghum, barley, whereas rice is not listed among these dominant crops. ስለዚህ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ በብዛት የሚመረቱ አምስት ናቸው። ጤፍ፣ ስንዴ፣ በቆሎ፣ ማሽላና ገብስ ነው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ሩዝ በብዛት አይመረትም ማለት ነው። Question number 33. What is the one of the primary factor that determine crop production? ስለዚህ ከሚከተሉት አንዱ የሰብል ምርት ሊወስን የሚችል ፋክተር ነው ይላል። So that should be A, the type of crop and environment. Means that the crop production is mainly influenced by crop type and environment, the environment where it grown, and including factors such as climate and soil quality. Question number 34. Which era is characterized by introduction of information technology in agriculture? ከሚከተሉት ግብርና ወይ ደግሞ ኢራ የግብርና ኢራው በኢንፎርሜሽን ቴክኖሎጂ ኢንትሮዱስ በማስገባት የሚታወቀው የግብርና አይነት ኢራ የቱ ነው ይላል። So that should be C, biotechnology era. Means that the biotechnology or information technology era start from 1970 is noted for incorporating biotechnology advancement into agriculture. Question number 35. Why is achieving food security in Ethiopia is challenging? ለምንድን ነው የምግብ ዋስትና ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ለማረጋገጥ በጣም ቻሌንጂንግ የሚሆነው ለምንድን ነው ይላል። So that should be D, recurrent drought and climate change. Means that Ethiopia face challenges in achieving food security primarily due to recurrent droughts and climate changes impacting crop yield. Question number 36. How do geographic locations affect agricultural productivity? የጂኦግራፊክ አቀማመጥ እንዴት ግብርና ምርት ላይ ጉዳት ሊያደርስ የሚችለው ይላል። So that should be C, by temperature, altitude and water availability can be affect agricultural productivity. Means that agricultural productivity is influenced by geographic factors such as temperature, altitude and rainfall, which affect elements like growing season and soil quality. Question number 37. What are some agricultural practices that enhance productivity in modern agriculture? የአግሪካልቸራል የግብርና እንቅስቃሴዎች ሞደርን አግሪካልቸር ውስጥ ምርቱን ለማጨመር እንዲጨመር የሚያደርጉ ፕራክቲሶች የትኞቹ ናቸው ይላል። So that should be A, crop rotation, plowing and soil conservation. Means that modern agriculture enhance productivity through practice such as crop rotation, plowing and soil conservation, which help maintain soil healthy and improve yields. Question number 38. Which of the following factor mainly determine yield of crops? ከሚከተሉት ፋክተር በአብዛኛው ክሮፕ ይልድን ወይ ደግሞ የሰብል ምርት ኮንትሮል የሚያደርገው ዲተርማይን የሚያደርገው የሚወስነው የቱ ነው ይላል። So that should be B, genetics and environmental condition. Means that the yield of crops is determined by combination of genetics, environmental conditions such as climate and soil quality, and also agricultural practice like fertilizer application and pest management. Question number 39. Which crop makes up significant part of Ethiopia cultivated area and provide calories for a country? ከሚከተሉ በአብዛኛው ከሚከተሉት የሰብል ምርቶች በአብዛኛው ኢትዮጵያ ህዝብ በልቶ ካሎሪ የሚያገኝበት የት ነው ይላል። So that should be C, teff is a major crop in Ethiopia. Teff along with wheat, maize, sorghum and barley constitutes large portion of Ethiopia cultivated area, which is 75%, and contribute significantly to calorie intake of Ethiopian population. ስለዚህ በአብዛኛው ኢትዮጵያ ህዝብ ጤፍ ነው የሚበላው። ጤፍ፣ ስንዴ፣ በቆሎ፣ ማሽላና ገብስ ይበላል ማለት ነው። Question number 40. What was one of the first technological advances in agricultural history? ስለዚህ የግብርና እድገት ውስጥ የመጀመሪያ ቴክኖሎጂካል አድቫንስመንት የመጀመሪያ ተብሎ የሚታወቀው የትኛው ነው ይላል። so that should be the transfer of manual work to draft animals. Means that one of the earliest technological change in agriculture was the use of draft animals to perform manual tasks such as plowing, which reduce the labor burden on farmers. Number 41. How do geographic factors like altitude and rainfall affect agricultural productivity? የጂኦግራፊክ ሎኬሽን ወይ ጂኦግራፊክ ፋክተር የምንላቸው ላይክ አልቲቲዩድ እና ሬንፎል ወይ ዝናብ እንዴት የአግሪካልቸራል ምርት ላይ ወይ ደግሞ ግብርና ምርት ላይ ጉዳት እንዴት አፌክት ያደርጋሉ ይላል። so that should be high altitude result in lower yield due to colder climate. Means that geographic factors such as altitude and rainfall largely affect productivity, with higher altitude facing challenge to like colder temperature which reduce yields, and while moderate rainfall usually support healthy crop growth. Question number 42. Which of the following is a major advancement of monocropping? Major disadvantage of monocropping? ከሚከተሉት የአንድ ዘር ማዝራት ጉዳት የሆነው የትሆናል? so answer be D. increase the risk of crop failure due to pests and disease. Monocropping has a significant downside or disadvantage in that it can be lead to total crop failure because of pests and disease can easily spread in a field dominated by single crop type. Question number 43. Which of the following is not technological advancement associated with modern agriculture? ከሚከተሉት ቴክኖሎጂካል አድቫንስመንት ከሞደርን አግሪካልቸር ጋራ የማያያዝ የቱ ነው ይላል ወይ ደግሞ ያልሆነው የቱ ነው ይላል? so that should be a manual labor intensive process. means that ይሄ ሞደርን አግሪካልቸራል ፕራክቲስ የምንለው ሰው ኃይል ትንሽ ነው የሚፈልገው፣ ኢንቴንሲቭ አይፈልግም ማለት ነው። means that manual labor intensive process are characterized by primitive agriculture, whereas modern agriculture is defined by technological advancements such as biotechnology, machinery, irrigation, and agrochemicals. Question number 44. Why is cropping rotation considered beneficial in modern agricultural practice? crop rotation ከሞደርን አግሪካልቸር ውስጥ ለምን ጠቀሜታ አለው ተብሎ ይታሰባል ይላል? so that should be C. It prevents soil depletion over a time. Crop rotation prevents soil depletion and help maintain soil fertility by altering nutrient demanding crop with those that replacing nutrient. Question number 45. In which era did significant use of agrochemicals and synthetic fertilizers become predominant in agriculture? era የግብርና ኢራ ውስጥ አግሮኬሚካል እና ሲንቴቲክ ፈርቲላይዘር በመጠቀም የሚታወቀው አግሪካልቸር ኢራ ምን ይባላል ይላል? so that should be chemical era. The chemical era spanning from 1950 to 1970 is characterized by predominant use of agrochemicals, synthetic fertilizers, marking or major shift in agricultural practice. Question number 46. What is the major factor leading to limited productivity increase per unit area in Ethiopia agriculture from 1961 to 2000? ትልቁ ፋክተር ፕሮዳክቲቪቲው ሊሚትድ እንዲሆነው ያደረገው ፐር ዩኒት ኤሪያ ከ1961 እስከ 2000 ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ የኢትዮጵያ ግብርና ውስጥ የትኛው ነው ይላል? so that should be D. recurrent drought and climate change. means that the limited productivity increased in Ethiopia agriculture is largely due to the current drought and climate change, despite expansion of cultivation area and increased use of inputs. Question number 47. Which of the following crops is classified as major food crops globally due to its volume of production? ከሚከተሉት እንደ ዓለም አቀፍ የሚግብ ትላልቁ major food crops ወይ ሰብል ትልቁ የምግብ ሰብል ተብሎ የሚታወቀው እንደ ዓለም አቀፍ በብዛት የሚመረተው የትኖላል? So answer should be A, rice. Means that rice is one of the three most important food crops globally in terms of volume production along with wheat and maize. ስለዚህ በአጠቃላይ ስናየው በዓለም አቀፍ በአብዛኛው የሚመረቱ ሶስት እህሎች አሉ ሰብሎች አሉ እነሱ ሩዝ ስንዴና በቆሎ ናቸው ማለት ነው። Question number 48. What is the primary characteristics of monocot crops in terms of food storage? ምግብ ስቶሬጅ ወይ ፉድ ስቶሬጅ ላይ ዲፔንድ አርገን ስናው ሞኖ ክሮፕስ ወይ ደግሞ ሞኖኮት ክሮፕስ የምንላቸው ፕራይመሪ ካራክተራቸው የሆነው So that should be a monocot store food in their endosperm. ስለዚህ ሞኖኮት የምንላቸው endosperm የራሳቸው endosperm ውስጥ ነው food store የሚያደርጉት ማለት ነው. Means that monocot crops are characterized by storing food primarily in endosperm which contain starch and a small quantity of proteins. Question number 49. How does mixed cropping system help in pest and disease management? Mixed cropping system ተባዮችና በሽታዎች ለማቆጣጠር እንዴት ይጠቅመናል ይላል? So that should be C. It disrupts the cycle of pests and disease. Means that mixed cropping reduce reliance on single crop, making it more difficult for pests and disease which thrive in monocropping to spread across the crops. Question number 50. Which of the following is purpose of growing oil crops? ከሚከተሉት ዘይት ሰብሎች ጥቅም የሆነው የትሆናል? So the answer should be D, to extract oil from the seed. Means that oil crops are grown to extract oil contained in their seed which is used for food and industrial purpose. Question number 51. What are the four major category of crops plant? ትላልቁ የሰብል መድቦች አራቱ ማጆር የምንላቸው ያዘው የትኖላል? So that should be B, food, oil, fiber and forage crops are the four major crops category of crop plant are divided into food crops, oil crops, fiber crops and forage crops to categorize them based on their primary use and component. ስለዚህ አጠቃቀማቸው ላይ ዲፔንድ ሆነን crop plant የምንላቸው በአራት እናካፍላለን ማለት ነው። እነሱ እነዚህ ናቸው። Question number 52. Which of the following is not considered major crops food crop on global scale? ከሚከተሉት እህል ውስጥ ወይ ደግሞ ሰብል ውስጥ እንደ ዓለም አቀፍ የማይመረተው ይሆናል? So that should be D, oats or ሀጃ ነው ማለት ነው. Means that globally wheat, rice and maize are acknowledged or produced. The three most important crops are due to their large volume and production. ስለዚህ በዓለም አቀፍ ሶስት እህሎች ብቻ ነው በአብዛኛው የሚመረቱ እነሱም ስንዴ ሩዝ እና በቆሎ ነው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ኦትስ ወይ አጃ የምንለው በብዛት አይመረትም ማለት ነው። Question number 53. Which of the following is not major fiber crops source? ከሚከተሉት ፋይበር crops ያልሆነው የቱን ይሆናል? So that should be A, peanut. Means that cotton, jute and hemp are known as the major fiber crops used in textile industry, whereas peanut is characterized as a oil seed. ስለዚህ peanut የምንለው የዘይት ዘር ነው ማለት ነው ደግሞ ይሄ ነው ማለት ነው። Means that question 54. What is the purpose of forage? Do forage crops primarily serve? የፎሬጅ ክሮፕስ የግጦሽ ሰብሎች የምንላቸው ጥቅማቸው ምንድነው? So that should be a food for livestock. Forage crops are mainly grown as source of food for farm animals, providing them with essential nutrients and fiber. Question number 55. Which of the following crops is classified as an oil crops? ከሚከተሉት የዘይት ሰብል የሆነ ወይ ደግሞ እህል የሆነ የቱ ነው ይላል? So that should be B, sunflower. Oil crops such as sunflower are grown to extract oil from their seed. Wheat, teff, and barley are primarily for food crops. Question number 56. What is the common feature of monocot plant? ከሚከተሉት የሞኖኮት እጽዋቶች common feature የሆነው የቱ ነው ይላል? የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be C, seed contain one embryonic leaf. Means that monocot plants like wheat and maize have seed with one embryonic leaf or cotyledon, differentiating them from dicot that have two cotyledon. Question number 57. Which fiber crops is mostly significant for clothes manufacturing? ከሚከተሉት fiber crops በአብዛኛው ልብስ ለማምረት የምንጠቀመው በአብዛኛው የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be C, cotton. Cotton is the most significant fiber crops, most for making clothes due to their importance of cotton lint in textile production. Question number 58. What is provided by oil derived from oil crops? ስለዚህ ከኦይልስ የምናገኛቸው ኦይል ሰብል ኦይል ከኦይል የምናገኛቸው የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be B, vitamin A, vitamin K, vitamin D, and E. Oil derived from oil crops like olives and soybeans provide vitamin A, K, D, and E along with essential amino acid. Question number 59. Which of the following is forage crops often used for livestock feed? ከሚከተሉት ከግጦሽ ሰብሎች ውስጥ በአብዛኛው ለከብቶች ምግብ የሚዋሉ የቱ ነው ይላል? So that should be C, alfalfa. Forage crops like alfalfa are used as livestock feed for their nutritional value, where peanuts, simase, and soybeans are primarily grown for oil and food. Question number 60. What is the primary nutritional content stored in endosperm of monocot crops? ሞኖኮት እጽዋቶች ኢንዶስፐርማቸው ውስጥ ምን አይነት ምግብ ኮንቴንት ነው እዛ ውስጥ ስቶርድ የሚሆነው ይላል? So that should be C, starch and some protein. Means that in monocot crops, food is primarily stored in endosperm and which contain starch and some amount of proteins and other nutrients in small quantity. Question number 61. Which of the following is major use of plant-derived oil? ከሚከተሉት ከኦይል ከእጽዋቶች ከተመረቱ ዘይት የምናገኘው በብዛት የምናገኘው ወይ ደግሞ የምንጠቀመው የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be A, providing essential fatty acid. Means that plant-derived oils are used for food and industrial purpose, supplying essential fatty acid such as linoleic and alpha-linoleic acid. Question number 62. Which of the following plant is primarily used for making ropes due to its hard fiber? ከሚከተሉት እጽዋቶች ገመድ ወይ ደግሞ ቱሻ ለመስራት ሃርድ ፋይበር ያለው የትኛው በብዛት የምንጠቀመው የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be C, jute. Means that jute is a vegetable fiber, is often hard and it is commonly utilized in rope manufacturing, whereas cotton is primarily mainly used for clothes making. ስለዚህ ጁቴ የምንለው በአብዛኛው ገመድ ከሱ ለመስራት ነው የምንጠቀመው ለምክንያቱም ሃርድ ፋይበር ስላለው ነው ማለት ነው። Question number 63. What type of nutrition do forage crops provide to animal farm? forage ወደ ግጦሽ ሰብሎች የምንላቸው ለእርባታ እንደምናውለው እንስሳቶች ከዚህ የሚያገኙ ኑትሪሽን አይነት ምንድነው ይላል? So that should be D. Protein and vitamins. Means that forage crops are selected for protein, fiber, and nutrient they offer, which some providing vitamin A and E along with various minerals such as sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Question number 64. Which essential nutrients are supplied by plant-derived oils? ከሚከተሉት essential nutrient ከእጽዋቶች የተዘጋጀው ዘይት የምናገኘው ኑትሪየንት የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be C. Leononic acid, alpha leonic acid, and vitamins. Means that plant-derived oils provide essential fatty acids such as linoleic acid, leonic acid, alpha leonic acid, along with vitamin A, K, D, and E. Question number 65. Which category of crops is specifically used for clothing and textile industry? ከሚከተሉት የሰብል አይነት ውስጥ ልብስ ለማስራትና ቴክስታይል ኢንዱስትሪ ጨርቃጨርቅ ኢንዱስትሪ ውስጥ የምንጠቀመው የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be C. Fiber crops. Means that fiber crops such as cotton, jute, and hemp provide material for textile and clothing. Question number 66. Which of the following is major classification of crops, plants used in industrial oil production? ከሚከተሉት የሰብል አይነቶች ክላሲፊኬሽን አይነቶች ኢንዱስትሪ ውስጥ ዘይት ለማምረት የምንጠቀመው እህሎች የትኞቹ ናቸው ይላል? So that should be A. Linseed and Simase. Means that oil seeds such as olive, linseed, and Simase are cultivated specifically for extracting oil for both food and also industrial application. Question number 67. What is the distinguishing characteristics of dicot plant? Dicot plants እጽዋቶች የምንላቸው ለየት የሚያደርጋቸው ያለው ባህሪ ምንድነው ይላል? So the answer should be C. They store food in their cotyledons. Means that dicot store food in cotyledons and have double embryonic leaf as opposed to monocot that utilize endosperm. Question number 68. What is the primary difference in initial carbon compound formed during photosynthesis between carbon 3 and carbon 4 plant? ከሚከተሉት ትላልቅ ዲፈረንሳቸው ወይ ደግሞ ለየት የሚያደርጋቸው ካርበን 4 እና ካርበን 3 ኢኒሺያል ካርበን ኮምፓውንድ የሚፈጠረው እነሱ ውስጥ ምን ይመስላል? So the answer will be A. Carbon 3 form carbon 3 compound. Means that carbon 3 plants form carbon 3 carbon compound during photosynthesis, while carbon 4 plants forms carbon 4 compound at initial carbon forming stage. Question number 69. How does an increasing in atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration affect carbon 3 and carbon 4 plants differently? የካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ኮንሰንትሬሽን አትሞስፌር ውስጥ ሲጨምር እንዴት ካርበን 3 እና ካርበን 4 ዲፈረንትሊ ወይ ደግሞ በተለያየ አፌክት ያደርጋቸዋል ይላል? So that should be D. Carbon 3 plant increase photosynthesis rate and carbon 4 are unaffected. Means that carbon 3 plants increase photosynthesis rate with higher carbon dioxide level, where carbon 4 plants do not increase due to their availability of accumulation carbon dioxide. ስለዚህ ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ ኮንሰንትሬሽን አየር ውስጥ ሲጨምር የካርበን 3 ፎቶሲንቴቲክ ፕላንቶች ይጨምራል። ምክንያቱም ካርበን 4 ፕላንቶች ግን አይጨምርም። ምክንያቱም ምንድነው? ካርበን 4 ካርቦን ዳይኦክሳይድ አኩሙሌት የሚያደርጉበት ክሎሮፕላስት ውስጥ ስላላቸው ማለት ነው። Question number 70. Which characteristics is more associated with carbon 4 plants than carbon 3 plants? ከመከተሉት ፊቸሮች ወይ ደግሞ ባህሪያት ከካርበን 4 ፕላንት እጽዋቶች ጋራ ሞር አሶሲኤትድ ሆነው ካርበን 3 ጋራ አሶሲኤት የማይሆነው ይሆናል? So that should be C. Higher water efficiency. Means that carbon 4 are more water efficient and have lower nitrogen needs compared to carbon 3 plants. Question number 71. Under climate change condition, which factor is more likely to limit increase in photosynthesis for carbon 3 plants? ከአየር ሁኔታው ሲቀያየር የትኛው ፋክተር የካርበን ስሪ እጽዋቶች ፎቶሲንቴሲስ ላይ ሊሚት ወይ ደግሞ ላሳጥር ይችላል? So that should be temperature and water availability. ስለዚህ እነኚህ temperature እና water availability affect ሊያደርግ ይችላል ማለት ነው። Climate change increases temperature and decrease moisture, limiting the photosynthesis in carbon-free plants despite elevated carbon dioxide. Question number 72. Why are carbon-4 plants generally more efficient in using water than carbon-3 plants? Carbon-4 plants የምንላቸው እጽዋቶች የምንላቸው ውሃ አጠቃቀም ላይ ከካርበን 3 እጽዋቶች ጋር more advanced ናቸው, more efficient ናቸው. ይሄ ለምንድን ነው ይላል? So that should be A, they have carbon dioxide accumulation mechanism. Carbon dioxide accumulation ስላላቸው ነው ማለት ነው. So carbon 4 plants have a special mechanism for accumulation carbon dioxide, enabling efficient photosynthesis which less water compared to carbon 3 plants that lack this pause. Question number 73. Which of the following crops are example of carbon 4 plant? ከሚከተሉት እህሎች carbon 4 ካርበን 4 እጽዋቶች የምንላቸው የትኛው ነው ኤግዛምፕል የሆኑ ምሳሌ የሆኑ የትኞቹ ናቸው ይላል? So that should be D, sorghum, maize and sugarcane. Carbon 4 plant include sorghum, maize and sugarcane etc. Question number 74. Which of the following involve planting multiple crops in regular rows simultaneously on the same field? ከሚከተሉት የተለያዩ እህሎችን አንድ ማሳ ውስጥ አንድ ጊዜ የምተከለው ምን ተብሎ ይታወቃል ይላል? So that should be A, intercropping. Intercropping involves planting multiple crops in regular rows simultaneously on the same field at the same time. Question number 75. What is one goal of crop rotation that can improve agricultural practice? ከሚከተሉት ዋንኛው የእህል ሽግግር ዋንኛው ዓላማ የሆነው የአግሪካልቸራል ፕራክቲስ ኢምፕሩቭ ለማድረግ ዋንኛው ዓላማ የሆነው የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be A, to improve soil fertility. ይሄ ትልቁ የክሮፕ ሮቴሽን ዓላማ ነው ማለት ነው። Crop rotation aims to improve soil fertility, particularly when legumes are part of rotation by naturally replacing nitrogen level in the soil. Question number 76. What potential challenge might affect crop rotation system? ከሚከተሉት potential challenge crop rotation ላይ challenge ሊሆን የሚችለው የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be B, climate changing. Means that crop rotation can be challenged by changing climate, as variation in weather pattern may not suit every planned crop sequence. Question number 77. What is monocropping typically associated with agriculture? Monocropping የምንለው typically ከአግሪካልቸር ጋራ ወይ ከግብርና ጋራ አናጻጽረን ስናየው ምንድነው ይላል? So that should be B, growing a single crop type on a plot. ስለዚህ አንድ መሬት ላይ አንድ ዘር ብቻ በተከታታይ ብዙ ጊዜ ተማልሰን መስራት ወይ ደግሞ እርሻ ማድረግ monocropping ይባላል ማለት ነው። Monocropping involves cultivation of only one type of crop on a given plot, mostly seen in large scale commercial farming, leading to uniform management but potential risks such as total crop failure. Question number 78. Which of the following is benefit of mixed crop? ከሚከተሉት የአቀላቅሎ ማዘር ጥቅም የሆነው የትኛው ነው ይላል? So that should be D, improve nutrient use and pest cycle break. Mixed cropping allows multiple crops to grow together, improving nutrient use and help in break pest cycle commonly associated with monocropping. Question number 79. Which cropping system involves growing a second crop after the first has grown alone for a period? ከሚከተሉት የሰብል ስርዓቶች ውስጥ አንድ ሰብል ለብቻ ለተወሰነ ጊዜ ካደገ በኋላ ሌላው ከስር ማተከል ምን ተብሎ ይታወቃል ይላል። so that should be C, relay planting. Relay planting involves introducing second crop after first crop has grown for certain period, unlike crop rotation or monocropping. Question number 80. Which practice aims to improve soil fertility by sequentially planting different species on the same land? ከሚከተሉት soil fertility ለማሻሻል የሚያደርገው ወይ ደግሞ የሚሰራው subsequently እጽዋቶችን የሚተከለው ወይ ደግሞ የምትዘራው አንድ ማሳያ ላይ ምን ተብሎ ይታወቃል? so that should be a crop rotation. ስለዚህ አንድ crop rotation involves growing different species on sequence aiming to improve soil fertility and control pests. ስለዚህ crop rotation ማለት የክሮፕ ሽክርክሪት የምንለው የሰብል ሽክርክሪት አንድ ማሳ አንድ ወቅት አንድ ዘር ቀጣይ ወቅት አንድ ዘር ሌላ እንደዛ እየቀያየረው ወደ sequentially different species የሚያሳድጉበት የእርሻ አይነት የምንጠቀመው ይሄ የሰብል ስርዓት crop rotation ተብሎ ይታወቃል ማለት ነው። Question number 81. What is a fundamental characteristics of indigenous knowledge in crop production? ስለዚህ fundamental characteristics የአገር ውስጥ እውቀት የምንለው የአገር በቀል እውቀት የምንለው crop production ውስጥ ዋንኛው ወይ ደግሞ fundamental characteristics የሆነው የትኛው ነው ላል? so that should be A. It develop independently of scientific knowledge. Means that indigenous knowledge arises from traditional or local knowledge and often develop independently of scientific methods, drawing upon unique cultural and experience of a community. Question number 82. How does Gumus society view traditional resource? Gumus society ወይ ደግሞ የጉሙዝ ህብረተሰብ ተፈጥሮ ሀብትን እንዴት ያያሉ ይላል? so that should be C, as blazing and creation of Yaba organ. ስለዚህ ተፈጥሮ ሀብቶች እንደ ተፈጣሪ ስጦታና እንደ ያባ ወይ ደግሞ ጋድ የፈጠረ ብሎ ያምናሉ ማለት ነው። እንደዛ ያሉ in Gumus society natural resources are seen as the divine gift from Yaba or God, highlighted their cultural beliefs in sacredness and stewardship for the environment. ስለዚህ ትልቅ ቦታ ይሰጣሉ ማለት ነው ለተፈጥሮ ሀብት። Question number 83. Which indigenous community is known for its social conservation technique using tracing? ከሚከተሉት ህብረተሰብ tracing technique በመጠቀም soil እንዳይሸርሸር ወይ ደግሞ አፈር እንዳይሸርሸር ያደረጉ የህብረተሰብ ሶሳይቲ ምን ተብሎ ኮሚኒቲ ምን ተብሎ ይታወቃል? so that should be D, the Konso people. The Konso people are recognized for their traditional skill in tracing, which protect against soil erosion and are example of indigenous agricultural practice. Question number 84. How does mixed cropping compare to monocropping in terms of pest and disease management? ስለዚህ monocropping እና mixed cropping comparison እናደርገው mixed cropping ምን ይመስላል ይላል? so that should be C, helps to break pest cycle. Mixed cropping helps to disrupt pest cycle and reduce disease prevalence by diversifying plant species on the same land. Question number 85. What is the indigenous knowledge that specifically benefit crop productivity? አገር በቀል እውቀት ማለት ግብርና ውስጥ ጥቅም የሚሰጠን ምንድን ነው ይላል? so that should be B, knowledge unique to specific culture. Means that indigenous knowledge is described as traditional or local knowledge unique to particular culture and often developed independently of scientific knowledge. Question number 86. Which of the following practices used by farmers in Bali to protect potato crops? potato ለማጠበቅ የባሌ ገበሬዎች የሚጠቀሙ ፕራክቲስ ምን ተብሎ ይታወቃል ይላል? so that should be B, prepare trays around the plots. Means that Bali farmers in Bali protect their potato crops from porcune attack by preparing trays around their plots. Question number 87. What is agricultural technique is used by farmers in highland area to reduce soil acidity? ሃይላንድ ወይ ደግሞ ደጋማ ኤሪያ አካባቢ ላይ ገበሬዎች የአፈር አሲዲቲውን ለማቀነስ የሚጠቀሙ agricultural ቴክኒክ ምን ተብሎ ይታወቃል ይላል so that should be applying kitchen ash the farmers in highland area use kitchen ash to fertilize soil and help to reduce soil acidity. Question number 88. What method do Konso people use to protect against soil erosion? Konso ህብረተሰብ ወደ ህዝቡ አፈር እንዳይሸርሸር ለማጠበቅ የሚጠቀሙ ሜቶድ ምን ተብሎ ይታወቃል ይላል so that should be a trace the land extensively. Means that the Konso people implement traditional tracing technique that help reduce soil erosion and maintain soil quality. Question number 89. Which society believes that natural resources are gift and the creation of God? ከሚከተሉት የህብረተሰብ የተፈጥሮ ሀብት የፈጣሪ ስጦታና የፈጣሪ ስራ ነው ተብሎ የሚያምኑ የትኞቹ ናቸው ይላል so that should be C Gumus society. Means that the Gumus society regards natural resource as a gift from Yaba or God and essential for present and the future generation or livelihood. Question number 90. What farming problem does indigenous knowledge often address? ብዙ ጊዜ የአገር በቃል ዕውቀት የምንለው ሶልቭ ለማድረግ የሚጠቀሙ ግብርና ችግሮች የትኞቹ ናቸው ይላል so that should be land degradation and soil erosion. Means that indigenous knowledge frequently deals with agricultural issues such as land degradation and soil erosion. Question number 91. Which practice is used by farmers in highland area to manage soil acidity? ከመከተሉት ግብርና ፕራክቲስ ውስጥ ሃይላንድ ወይ ደጋማ የሚኖሩ ገበሬዎች የሚጠቀሙ ፕራክቲስ ሶይል አሲዲቲ ለማቀነስ ወይ ደግሞ ማኔጅ ለማድረግ የሚጠቀሙ የትኛው ነው ይላል so that should be C using kitchen ash to fertilize the soil. Highland farmers use kitchen ash to reduce soil acidity as mentioned in the example of indigenous knowledge in agriculture. Question number 92. What is the primary basis for classification of carbon 3 and the carbon 4 plant? እጽዋቶችን ካርበን 3 እና ካርበን 4 ብለን ለማከፋፈል ፕራይመሪ ወይ ደግሞ ዲፔንድ የምናደርገው ክራይቴሪያ የትኛው ነው ይላል so that answer should be A their photosynthetic pathway. Carbon 3 and the carbon 4 plant is classified are based on their photosynthetic pathways where carbon 4 plants have a mechanism to accumulate carbon dioxide. Question number 93. Which factor is not reason for low productivity, low average national crop yield in Ethiopia? ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ትንሹ ምርት እንዲገኝ የማያደርገው ወይ ደግሞ ሪዝን ያልሆነ ወይ ምክንያት ያልሆነው የትኛው ነው ይላል so that should be C high technology costs. The reason for low average national crop yield in Ethiopia include soil degradation, climate change, and low irrigation status. ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ በቂ ያልሆነ ናሽናሊ ክሮፕ ይልድ እንዳያገኝ የሚያደርጉ ነገሮች soil degradation, climate change እና low irrigation ነው። ግን high technological cost ምክንያት አይደለም ማለት ነው። Question number 94. How are crop classified based on their end use? እንዲይዟቸው ላይ ዲፔንድ ነው ክሮፕሶች ሰብሎች እንዴት ይከፋፈላሉ ይላል so that should be C food, oil, fiber and forage crops. Means that crops are classified into crops, feed crops, oil crops, food crops, oil crops, fiber crops and forage crops depending on their end use. Question number 96. 95. Which factor is not primarily responsible for low average national crop yield in Ethiopia? ከመከተሉት በናሽናል በኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ በአገር አቀፍ የሚገኘው ምርት ዝቅተኛ እንዲሆን የማያደርገው not primarily ያልሆነው የትኛው ነው ይላል so that should be B high altitude growing regions. Low national crop yield in Ethiopia are mainly due to soil degradation erosion, climate change, inadequate irrigation, and but not altitude. ስለዚህ በአብዛኛው ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ምርቱ ዝቅተኛ እንዲሆን የሚያደርጉ ነገሮች አንደኛ soil degradation ነው soil erosion climate change እና inadequate irrigation ነው ግን altitude ዝቅተኛ ምርት እንዲገኝ አያደርግም ማለት ነው question number 96 which of the following is not part of phase of agricultural development ከመከተሉት የግብርና ፌሶች ግብርና የሚለው ፌስ ያልሆነው የትኛው ነው ይላል so that should be pre-industrial period Agricultural development phase include mechanical, chemical, and biotechnology era, but not include pre-industrial period. Question number 97: which cropping system involve growing second crop after first crop grown alone for a period? ስለዚህ ከሚከተሉት ግብርና ውስጥ አንድ ግብርና አንድ ክሮፕ ሰብል ካደገ በኋላ ከተወሰነ ጊዜ ለብቻ ካደገ በኋላ ሌላ ከስር የሚተከለው ምን ተብሎ ይታወቃል? So that should be a relay planting. Means that relay planting involves introducing second crop after first crop has been grown for a certain period, unlike crop rotation and monocropping. Question number 98: which of the following features characterize carbon for plants such as maize and sorghum? ከሚከተሉት carbon for ጿቶች የምንላቸው ላይክ ሜዝ በቆሎና ማሽላ ፊቸራቸው የሆነው የትኛው ነው ይላል so that should be a ability to achieve high photosynthetic rate at a low carbon dioxide level means that carbon for plants like maize sorghum have mechanism to accumulate carbon dioxide in chloroplast allowing them to maintain high photosynthetic rate even at low carbon dioxide level question number 99 which characteristics is shared by intercropping ከሚከተሉት feature ወይ ባህሪያት በኢንተርክሮፒንግ ሲስተም shared የሚሆነው የትኛው ነው ይላል so that should be planting different crop in regular rows together ስለዚህ የተለያዩ ዘሮች ደግሞ እህሎች አንድ ማሳ ላይ አንድ ጊዜ የምንተክለው intercropping system ተብሎ ይታወቃል ማለት ነው means that intercropping involves planting multiple crops simultaneously or in designated rows offering better soil conserving and also minimizing soil erosion question number 100 during which phase did technology significantly contribute agricultural productivity ከሚከተሉት የግብርና ኢራዎች ውስጥ ወይ ፌሶች ውስጥ የምርት ብዙ ሂብት ወይ ደግሞ ብዙ ሂብት ከፍተኛ ምርት እንዲገኝ አስተዋጽኦ ያደረገው የትኛው የአግሪካልቸራል ኢራ ነው ይላል so that should be a biotechnology era the biotechnology or technological era is noticed for significant contribution of agricultural productivity following a mechanical and a chemical era Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget like, subscribe, share, comment Aliyi Science YouTube channel. ይሄንን ቪዲዮ ስላዳመጣችሁ እጅግ አድርገን ነው ያመሰግናችሁ። ግን ማርሳት የሌለባችሁ ነገር ምንድነው ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ ያላደረጋችሁ ዛሬው ላይክ ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ ለእናንተ ጓደኞችም ሼር አድርጉ። ቴሌግራም ግሩፕ ካላችሁም እዛ ላይ ሼር አድርጉ። Until I come back with other tutorial video, good time for you. If you have any question or suggestion, please write under comment. ሐሳብ ጥያቄ ካላችሁ ወይ ደግሞ ማድረግ ያለብኝን የምትነግሩኝ ከፈለጋችሁ ኮሜንት ስር ጻፉልኝ ሌላ ጊዜ ሌላ ቪዲዮ ይዤ እስከርም ድረስ መልካም ጊዜ ይሁንላችሁ ቻርግ ጥማችሁ ታንክ ዩ አገን